Hello and thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup is underway. This is Game 2, and things will only get more intense from this point forward. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Ali LaForce. Looking now at some numbers for Bam Adebayo.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards, really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
And the starting lineup for Miami, Adebayo and Ware together inside. Davion Mitchell is out there with Norman Powell. And it's Jaquez in at the 3. And for the Knicks, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. Mikal Bridges is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Gershon Yabusele. And it's Hart in at the 3, the small forward. And both of these teams off to a good start, winning their first games in the NBA Cup.
And tonight is a huge one in this group. Remember, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. So if you can get out to a 2-0 start, plus have the tiebreaker, you're in business.
Brunson passes to Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
Brunson really gifted when it comes to orchestrating the offense, always plays at his own pace under control. He's a top-tier passer, too.
Mitchell finds Adebayo. To the paint. Outside for Mitchell. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Mitchell against Brunson. Yabusele outside. Back to Brunson. It's Bridges on the wing. Powell covers. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Bridges misses. And it's Jaquez with the ball for Miami. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Coach brought up the challenges that Bam Adebayo poses on both ends. He told me offensively, Bam doesn't force much. He gets his points within the flow of the offense. He's a great finisher and facilitator. And defensively, he can guard anybody. He might be the most versatile defender in the league. Back to you.
All right, Ali, thanks once again. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Pass to Mitchell. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Knicks have gone 1 for 3 so far. Mitchell against Brunson. The floater, and the layup is up and in.
You know, he's such an unpredictable player because of his change of pace, his great footwork, his deceptive strength. When you least expect it, Brunson hits you with that floater, and you're defenseless against it.
Powell outside. 4-3. Towns with a rebound. The Knicks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. But one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
We're at about the midway point of the group stage. A peek at where things stand in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, while there's still some time to make up ground, you have to make your move quick. There just aren't many group games left.
Pass to Adebayo. Throws it up high. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. All right, let's take a moment to appreciate some of the NBA's toughest defensive teams. Number 1, the Knicks.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
And the foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Mitchell, the pass to Jaquez. 4 on the clock. To win the drought. Miami, no good that time either. Knicks leading by 6. Bridges with it. Guarded by Adebayo. Pass to Yabusele. Back to Bridges. Outside Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brunson's got his second basket of the night.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside Jaquez. Back to Mitchell. Miami moving it around. Powell outside. Ware the screen. Just 5 to shoot to the left side wing. Adebayo passes to Powell. Offline with a 3.
Not an ideal start for them. Still looking for their first field goal after 4 misses.
Towns on a screen. Brunson finds Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Towns has got 5 now.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Seventh in opponent field goal percentage, 8th in steals, and they're in the top 10 in three-point shooting. Some solid deep shooting from this team, just enough to stretch out defenses.
And as you said, their defense this season has been rock solid. They don't give up a lot of easy scoring options and put good pressure on the offense. Powell against Bridges. Adebayo, a screen on Brunson. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. And the shot goes.
A huge sigh of relief. 1 for 5 now. Let's see if they can keep it going.
And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for New York. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat. Came out with a victory.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Jaquez, the pass to Adebayo. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Brunson on the drive. And they pick up 2. Brunson's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Heat trail by 11. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Outside Adebayo. 3-pointer. Out to Powell. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Powell. Adebayo, a screen on Hart. Powell passes to Adebayo. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And with this being the second game in the NBA Cup group stage, this is a pivotal contest for each of these teams.
Yeah, in this group format, Game 2 carries enormous weight. So this is far more than just your normal regular season contest. This has more of a playoff feel.
Anunoby, he's checked in for New York. And really, the heartbeat of this Knicks team is Jalen Brunson, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., the lifeblood, both on the court and his willingness to take less on his contract, giving them the leeway to enhance their talent.
Now here's Towns. 32 points for him last game against Orlando. Clock at 6. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Throwing that weight around. Towns with 2 bonus points there.
Heat trail by 10. Outside Adebayo. Bridges against Powell. Adebayo, a screen on Bridges. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Bridges. Anunoby for 3. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Now here's Mitchell. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. Oh, a nice D from Anunoby.
Whew, I think he wants that one back. I mean, he knows he's capable of better.
Yabusele, hook that.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Powell, coming off a terrific game against Cleveland. Adebayo, a screen on Bridges. They need this. And finished off by Adebayo.
The explosiveness off the screen. I mean, Bam's so good at knowing where to roll to after setting picks.
Knicks leading by 13. Now here's Brunson. He's got 6. Pass to Towns. Outside Anunoby. 6 to shoot. And here's Bridges. New York needs to get off a shot here. Towns for 3. Powell pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
The kick out to Adebayo. That 3's off the mark. New York has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. To the inside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
New York making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. So Miami going with almost an entirely new group here. Jovic, he's checked in for Ware. Fontecchio comes in for Adebayo. Larson's checked in for Jaquez. And it's Smith in for Mitchell. New York on D. 13-point lead. Jovic passes to Powell. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet. And it's good for 2.
Boy, that's Powell. He can stretch you out to the 3, but also hit that midi, too.
Brunson against Smith. And that one's good. Brunson's got 8.
That's 4 connections and 5 tries now for him in what's been a great first quarter.
And it's Powell with the ball for Miami. And there's a pick to the middle. Here's Jovic. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Now here's Clarkson, still without a bucket. Drills it from deep. And the Knicks lead by 14.
And excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Here's Larson, pass to Jovic. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Jovic has got his second basket.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Now Brunson. Here's Towns. Here's Yabusele. Rebounded by Jovic.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Brunson, coming off a 16-point game against Orlando. Pass to Towns. And there's 1:38 left now in the first quarter.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Inside. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Yakichonis comes in for Norm Powell. And now that we have a moment, let's take a look at the steals leaders. Mikal Bridges, number 1.
And no surprise he's at the top of this list. His aggressiveness and opportunistic attitude on defense helps this team so much.
Knicks leading by 8. Clarkson outside. Down low. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
And, you know, another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end.
And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Jovic, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. No good on the second free throw. And with this Heat team resetting towards youth, some encouraging signs, Grant.
Yeah, Tyler Hero becoming an all-star. Their top pick, Kel'el Ware, stepped in as a starter and produced. They'll need continued growth to get back to the top of the East.
New York leading by 6. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
A developing part of Bridges' game. Great job facilitating in the pick and roll there.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Jovic. Fontecchio outside. Sinks the tray.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Smith against Clarkson. To the inside. And that one is hammered home.
Excellent recognition on the pick and roll. Clarkson lays it off to his teammate for the score.
Here's Larson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. There's 18 seconds left in the first. Six to shoot. Fires for 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's the New York Knicks closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And let's take a look at Miami. Bam Adebayo is out there with Simone Fontecchio. Then there's Yakachonis. Then it's Smith. And it's Larson in at the three. And he's going for the lob! Fontecchio shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Outside Anunoby. It's Bridges on the wing. 17 points for him last game against Orlando.
And he changed the game at the defensive end. I lost count of the turnovers he forced.
Improving shot mechanics, good height on that jumper, nice arc. I like what I see there from Clarkson.
So it's Miami now. After New York picked up the three with their last shot. Three-pointer Yakachonis. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
New York shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Shooting two.
He misses the free throw. Something fun about this NBA Cup tournament are the nights where we only have Cup games. It's a playoffs-like atmosphere.
Yeah, especially with the way these NBA Cup games affect everybody's standings within the tournament. Every game becomes important, and it just makes it that much more exciting to watch.
New York making a switch here. Hart's checked in. And the second free throw is good. Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, B.A., building their draft assets. They cast them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks. The Knicks are able to play 5 out. And Josh Hart told me they surrounded Jalen Brunson with guys who can shoot. Guys that command attention. He's able to expose that, scoring the ball and being unselfish. The court is wide open. Back over to you, Brian.
Tons of spacing. Allie, thanks for the report. And New York has possession. Miami making their last shot. The fadeaway. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Smith against Bridges. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
And they're one of the better rebounding teams in the league. Top 10 in the NBA on the boards. Their bigs have used their length to seal the glass.
And when you consider how well they played on defense, holding opponents to the lowest amount of points per game in the league, it's remarkable. They are outstanding at covering for one another and mucking it up on this end for other teams. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Clark, last season, Josh Hart played nearly 38 minutes per game, more than anyone else in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't take possessions off. He's an old-school throwback kind of guy. Just a do-it-all player. Doesn't really have a specific position, but you know the effort and the production is going to be there pretty much every night.
Free throw good. Hart.
You know, guys, Josh Hart is somebody that's going to give you everything he's got. His combination of outside shooting and defense is really quite valuable to any team.
Now here's Fontecchio. An 11-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
His defensive intensity made a huge difference. Just look at the 3 steals.
4 on the clock. Here's Smith. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
Pass to Bridges. To the paint. And he dunks it down.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for New York. And the Heat making a change here. Knicks on D. Here's Larson. And again, no good by Miami.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Anunoby gets it to go.
You've got to do way more than that to throw OG off. I mean, he relishes working against contact.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Clark, the Defensive Player of the Year award, tends to go to shot blockers, insinuating that bigs really have a greater impact on that end of the floor.
Well, you know, the counting stats favor big guys. I mean, when you think about block shots and defensive rebounds, clearly big guys would tend to corral numbers in those areas. But still being on that back line means they're involved in a lot of plays, and they've got to do more than just block shots and rebounds. So to answer the question, generally, I'd say yes.
Now here's Towns. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Outside Anunoby. For three. And so the ball out of bounds. Anunoby touched it last. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You take a look at New York. They currently hold the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Heat, down a few spots.
Well, I think for Miami, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Here's Jovic. 10 points for him. It's Powell on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. Pass to Fontecchio. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
One of the better all-around defenders in this game, Josh Hart.
Fontecchio's shot is off.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
But D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Powell with it, hard covering. To the left wing. Here's Larson, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Here's McBride, following the bucket by the Heat. Over to the left wing. Here's Towns. Another one falls for New York.
You know, Towns can burn you from anywhere, especially from these in-between spots.
Heat trail by 20. Powell surveying the D. Good work defensively by Towns. And here's New York now. They're on a 17-4 run. Anunoby can't get it to go.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Pass to Fontecchio. Here's Jovic. Out to the right wing. Powell outside. Fires from deep. Hits the trifecta. Powell's got 5 now.
A volume shooter from deep. Powell will take that shot every time.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. For the Knicks, Clarkson comes in for Mikal Bridges, and Brunson is subbed in for McBride. Miami also changing it up. Ware's checked in for Jovic. Jaquez comes in for Larson, and Mitchell subbed in for Smith. New York leading by 17. Brunson taking his time here. On the wing, Clarkson. Outside Hart. Here's the 3. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Miami's gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Jaquez, that's good. Jaquez has got his first points of the night.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Pass to Towns. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
This is what they were hoping to get from him tonight. Solid performance.
Where? Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
New York has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Here's Brunson. Now Clarkson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brunson's got 10 points.
Look, we know all players put a lot of work in the weight room, but Brunson certainly at the top of the list and uses that strength to shield off defenders really well.
Heat trail by 17. Mitchell, the pass to Fontecchio. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Well, the Knicks shooting 67% for the game. Just outstanding. Brunson passes to Clarkson. Shoots over Powell. Here's Towns. And here's Brunson from the arc. Tries yet again. Doesn't go that time. The Heat have gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. Pass to Fontecchio. Outside Mitchell. Now here's Jaquez. Fires the 3. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Looking more confident offensively. I think he's starting to find a groove.
And here's Brunson. 10 points for him. And it's Miami with a rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Knicks leading by 12. Here's Anunoby. Jaquez grabs the board.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Mitchell. No points so far. That cuts the lead to single digits.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
New York has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Brunson finds Clarkson. Shoots over Powell. And there's Clarkson. That one's good. On the assist by Brunson.
Mesmerizing and stupefying the defense, Clarkson. carves out space from mid-range.
Here's Ware, and he jams it home with authority.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
And New York has possession. 9-point game. In the summer of 24, Jalen Brunson signed a contract extension, famously signing for less than his max club.
Yeah, you know, BA, it was a calculated move by Brunson because he wanted the team to have room to add additional players. If you ask me, that's the kind of winning, selfless attitude you want from the guy who's your franchise player.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Yabusele comes in for Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges subbed in for Clarkson. Smith, he's checked in for Miami. Now here's Powell. Give him 8 points now.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Oh, the agility of Brunson getting to the bucket.
We're seeing another decisive performance from Brunson. He's absolutely controlling the pace of this game.
Heat trail by 11. Pass to Ware. Here's Powell. Here's Jaquez. Three-pointer off the mark. Yabusele with it. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. The shot by Towns, no good. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
And it's Ware missing.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Bridges passes to Brunson. Towns a screen on Mitchell. And here's Brunson from the arc. 4-3! Brunson nails it!
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. New York out in front, leading by 14. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the Miami Heat.
They have to lock it down defensively. Giving up great shots is a great way to lose a game.
And if you're disruptive at that end, it creates transition offense. I'm telling you, that's where you get the easy looks.
And guys, we're still in the early parts of this season, but the power rankings are shaping up.
Taking a look here at Miami, they're one of the teams we've hoped would figure it out. Things are clicking right now, and still early enough for them to make something happen.
The way they've melded together as a team, it's been impressive. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And it's Powell with the ball for the Heat. They trail by 14. They've got Jalen Brunson, Gershon Yabusele out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart, and it's Bridges in a shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Powell's shot is off. New York has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Bridges misses.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Pass to Jaquez. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 5 assists in the game. Knicks leading by 12. Now here's Brunson. Hart with a screen on Mitchell. Outside Hart from deep. And it's Miami with a rebound. Jaquez has got 4 rebounds now. And Mitchell with the slam.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And New York has possession after the basket by Miami. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And rebounding the ball is so important. Here's a look at some of the best small forwards in the league at collecting boards. The 4th spot held by Josh Hart.
And these guys may not be the tallest or strongest players on the floor, but that hasn't limited their ability to mix it up and dominate on the glass.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialists. And really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Now here's Powell. Give him 8 points now. Clock at 4. Over Bridges. Offensive board. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Yabusele following the bucket by the Heat. Yabusele a screen on Powell. Bridges. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
That's good from Bridges. Well, Clark, players sometimes talk about the game slowing down as they gain experience.
Well, it's the benefit of experience, understanding situations, having gone through various situations as you get more engaged in the league over time. The more you understand where you're supposed to be, usually you can get there on time or early, and you're more reactive versus thinking. Offensively, that's where he's at his best. When Hart is driving, he's thriving, putting his head down, going to the rack.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Down low. Here's Jaquez. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Outside Brunson. Back to Yabusele. New York working the ball around now. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jaquez with it. Hard covering. Here's Adebayo. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
They can't fall for Adebayo's pump fake, or else he'll go right into the contact.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
And so he makes both from the line. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Yabusele, a screen on Powell. Pass to Yabusele. An easy two on the layup. Yabusele's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, I love the activity in the pick and roll from Bridges, delivering a dime right on the money.
So it's Miami now. It's a 13-point game. Mitchell up top. Brunson defending. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Outside Mitchell. Launches a three. The rebound by Yabusele. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for New York. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third.
With the wingspan over 7 feet, Adebayo is a hard guy to score on.
Inside. And stolen by Yabusele. To the wing, right side. Here's Towns. Pulls it. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Hart's got his third basket on the night right there.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Here's Adebayo. 9 points in the game, and that's a foul called on Gershon Yabusele. That'll be a second foul of the game. Puts it up off the inbound.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Back to you, BA.
Thank you, Allie. Now here's Powell. Give him 8 points now. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
Total mix-up right there. They need to get on the same page, in fact.
New York leading by 15. Now Brunson. He's got 15. Pass to Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 6 assists here tonight.
Hey, man, you got to give Bridges the ball inside. He'll go to work if you do.
All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, BA, he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
Heat trail by 17. Jaquez, the pass to Adebayo, and he gets it to go. Adebayo's gotten 4 this quarter.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
Here's Brunson. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. That one goes in. Brunson's got 17 points.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Miami's got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Yabusele against Adebayo. That one falls. 13 points in the game.
Nice form on that J from Bam. He's really worked on his shot.
Brunson against Mitchell. Pass to Yabusele. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Yabusele. Here's Brunson. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
You know, once Brunson gets a head of steam behind him, forget about it. Watch out, because he's an absolute terror when playing downhill in transition.
Heat trail by 17. Powell for 3. The rebound by Bridges.
He's having trouble getting anything to go right now.
Towns finds Hart. Now Brunson. Towns outside. Back to Brunson. Clock at 6. Towns outside. Fires the 3. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. 14 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Not much you can do to stop his J when Towns gets into the rhythm.
To the middle. Here's Ware. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected Cam? And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Yabusele, a screen on Mitchell. Brunson passes to Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Boy, look at the big fella elevating when Towns goes to the rim. He's doing it on and with purpose.
Heat trail by 20. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Powell. Outside Jaquez. Here's Adebayo. He's covered by Yabusele. And Adebayo with the basket on the assist from Jaquez. Jaquez has got his 3rd assist of the night. Knicks leading by 18. And here's Bridges. 7 points in the game. Hart with a screen on Powell. Bridges passes to Hart. Back to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Yabusele right side. Pass to Hart. Jacks up a 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Powell with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Outside Mitchell. And here's Jaquez. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. 10 points for Jaime Jaquez.
He just showed us why they need to respect his shot.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. OG Anunoby's checked in for Hart. A big group substitution here for Miami. Jovic, he's checked in for Ware. Fontecchio comes in for Adebayo. Larson's checked in for Jaquez. And it's Smith in for Mitchell. New York leading by 15. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. High arcing shot. Rebound Miami. Here's Larson. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for New York.
I love the way they're finishing, penetrating, getting downhill, taking the game to their opponents. They've been the aggressors, and that's been impressive.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
Yakachonis is checked in for Miami. So he can't get either to fall. Wherever OG Anunoby goes, his teams win a lot of games, Clark.
Yeah, you think about his second season. I mean, be a part of the 2019 Raptors title squad was Anunoby. I mean, his defense is superb, and it affects winning in a big-time way.
Here's Yakachonis. No points yet. Here's Larson. Smith outside. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go for him. New York leading by 15. Brunson passes to Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Bridges has got 8 here in this quarter.
His first half performance, somewhat forgettable, but now he's pouring it on.
Miami's gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Fontecchio outside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And so it's New York with it. Miami making their last shot.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Here's Brunson following the three-point basket by Miami. Smith with the rebound. Heat trail by 13. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Smith outside. Takes the 3. Larson, no good. Knicks leading by 13. Here's Anunoby. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Wow, that was impressive. Anunoby basically forced it through that time. Playing through contact, impressive.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. It's hard to find a more impactful player in a complementary role than OG Anunoby.
Yeah, you're speaking facts right there. He's a switchable defender. Offensively, he's at his best spotting up, and he can attack in transition effectively. I mean, I think he's the kind of player that not only does every team want, he's the kind of guy that every team needs.
Now here's Bridges. He's got 10. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Despite his shooting woes, they're still up. That bodes well if he can somehow get things turned around.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
26 seconds left in the third. Outside Brunson. Pass to Yabusele. Here's Larson. Here's Jovic from outside the arc. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's New York, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Setting the floor for the Heat, we've got Simone Fontecchio. Smith out there with Yakuchonis. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Larson in at the 3 slot. Here's Yakuchonis. Pass to Adebayo. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Anunoby on the wing. Hart passes to Anunoby. The 3 is up. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Going inside. Three-pointer. And it's New York with a rebound. They led the game at one point by 20. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Hart. 5 to shoot. Smith with the rebound.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Here's Yakachonis. McBride covers. Adebayo, a screen on Anunoby. Fontecchio outside. Here's Adebayo. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
And just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
New York leading by 14. Clarkson outside. It's good. Clarkson's got 4 points in the quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
The three, Smith nails it from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Clarkson, and the foul called on Simone Fontecchio. That's his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Hart passes to McBride. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Heat. Powell's got 4 rebounds now. To the inside. Fontecchio. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
That's a gimme right there. That's exactly what you want.
New York leading by 11. Here's Clarkson. Here he goes. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
Powell passes to Adebayo. Adebayo, a screen on Anunoby. He takes it in. Here's Larson. Shot clock at 5. Adebayo, that's good. Adebayo's got 12 points in just the second half.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Anunoby passes to Clarkson. Back to Anunoby. New York working the ball around now. Pass to McBride from the arc. And Fontecchio pulls it down. Heat trail by 12. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. And the Knicks making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. Fontecchio outside. Nice flush from Adebayo.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him.
Knicks leading by 10. Outside McBride. Pass to Anunoby. Shoots over Powell. And again, the Knicks missing.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Now here's Fontecchio. Back to Smith. That's tipped. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
New York has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Yabusele outside. Pass to Anunoby. Yabusele a screen on Powell. Anunoby with it. Guarded by Adebayo. And Anunoby gets it to go.
Yeah, you know, we see OG has really improved his jump shot, but I like when he takes that thing inside, uses his athleticism in the painted area.
Heat trail by 10. Smith passes to Adebayo. Smith outside to the right side. Fontecchio's shot is off.
He managed to knock down one triple in the first half, but nothing since then.
McBride can't get it to go.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Pass to Adebayo. For three, Powell. And Anunoby pulls it down. Anunoby's got 4 rebounds now.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Hits a three-pointer. And the Knicks lead by 13.
A capable shooter from the three-point line. I mean, Anunoby loves shaking free from the perimeter.
Adebayo against Yabusele. And out of bounds. The Knicks will take it.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And some changes here for New York. Bridges, he's checked in for Hart. Clarkson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Jalen Brunson in for McBride. Ware's checked in for Miami. Jaquez comes in for Larson. Mitchell's checked in for Smith. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Yabusele. Rebound Miami. Powell's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Powell. Outside Jaquez. Now here's Ware. Defense right on him. Clock at 6. Right side Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the 3 to fall. New York leading by 10. Clarkson outside. Yabusele. Oh, hey, how about
Big
that?
time right there. Big time.
Woo! And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Now here's Powell. To the paint. Here's Ware. And he goes in for the dunk.
I didn't know if they could match that last slam, but it only took them a couple of moments.
Hey, not the best interior defense on those last few trips, but who cares? That was awesome.
I don't think the fans have a problem with it one bit. This is some crowd-pleasing action we've got going right now.
Here's Brunson. The Heat making their last shot. Inside. Here's Yabusele. And Yabusele slams it in.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
So it's Miami now. Down by 12. Powell with it. Shoots from the baseline. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, one of the most underrated scorers in the game, in my opinion, is Norm Powell. He's especially lethal and dangerous from the arc and a real asset for this team.
Got it up on the changes for New York. Towns, he's checked in for Anunoby. And Hart subbed in for Clarkson. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time. cold-blooded and lethal.
Powell against Bridges. Adebayo, a screen on Bridges. Here's Powell. Offline from the top of the key.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Connects from downtown.
That's his second tray of this half. For the game, he's got 9 points from beyond the arc.
Down low. Now here's Ware. He's covered by Hart. For three, Powell sinks it from distance. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
The get back at you triple by Powell. Remember now, he's about a 40% three-point shooter over his career.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Hart outside. Outside Bridges. Puts up the tray. Oh, it misses. Heat trail by 12. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his third foul so far. Brunson against Mitchell. Now Adebayo. Got it. Bam! Here's Bridges. There's the drive. Shakes him. Cleared away by Jaquez.
Coming out of the break, he has been ice cold. I mean, walking without shoes in Antarctica cold.
Wow. Oh, he can't hit it.
Not a good shot at all, but that's what happens when you get desperate.
Powell against Brunson. Hart fires. No good from three. And it's Powell with the ball for the Miami Heat. It's a 10-point game. On the wing, Mitchell. Brunson defending. Adebayo! He drills the wide-open jumper.
Assertive jumper by Adebayo. I mean, he wanted it, so he took it.
Knicks leading by 8. Towns a screen on Mitchell. And Jaime Jaquez gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Now Brunson. Jacks up a three. Cash from downtown.
You got to get out on Brunson from there, or he's going to make it a long game.
Outside Mitchell. Adebayo banks it home. Big shot.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And for New York, they're shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Brunson against Mitchell. Bridges! Cleared away by Jaquez.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Now Adebayo. Outside Jaquez. Powell outside. And yes, sir! Hits the wide open J. Now here's Brunson. Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs.
Now here's Towns. Now Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. Bridges fires. Oh, the long ball, no good. Jaquez. And so it's New York winning this one. And with tonight's win, they're now 2-0 in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, just a fantastic start to the group stage. They're in the driver's seat in this group. A strong finish, and they'll advance.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. We came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We could see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.